Good afternoon, everyone. To our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Janeline A. Aliman, to our two ASDSS, Sir Jerry S. Bukingkito and Sir Raymond M. Salvador, to our SDO chiefs, section heads, the Schools Division Office, and to our teacher applicants, once again, good afternoon. And before we proceed to our program proper, let's have first our preliminaries.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Hayang pag-ibig, etos na sinakanan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Upang inilang, kuyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka magsisigil, sa gagatang putok, sa simoy at sa langit ng pagkaw, ay kinatang mula, awit sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y mabuhay na nagkikinig, makituwin at araw niya kailan ang may magkikinig, lumag ang araw ng buwan, aking pagsikta, buhay langit sa piling mo, ang bigaya ng kantay mga aking, at mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
With fair shores and mountains filled with treasures, on each land where dreams unfold, its people marching on to progress, hearts undaunted, brave and true. Hand in hand with brother Filipinos, Zamboanga will make you great. We'll work unceasing, without relenting, for country's might you can count on us. With fair shores and mountains filled with treasures, on each land where dreams unfold, its people marching on to progress, hearts and daughters brave and true. Hand in hand with brother Filipinos, Zamboanga will make you great. We'll work unceasing, without relenting, for country's might you can count on us. Come to beautiful Zamboanga soon. Welcome to God's great gift given to man. Share our joys and sorrows. Join in the making of the wondrous land. Zamboanga, the soon and bountiful, fill out thy whole heart, spirit and soul. We will live for you. We will love for you. Here is its arms Zamboanga the soon. Come to beautiful Zamboanga soon. Welcome to God's great gift given to man. Share our joys and sorrows. Join in the making of the wondrous land. Zamboanga the soon and bountiful, fill out thy whole heart, spirit and soul. We will live
free, freedom, free, our Zamboanga del Sur.
Bow our heads and put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering all of us today. May you bestow your guidance and blessings so that we can enjoy and appreciate its significance in our lives. Bless everyone who are present here today, that each one of us may be able to share our knowledge, understanding, and wisdom for your glory and honor. May the various activities related to this event be a success through your intervention. We all ask of this in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
At this juncture, let's have first a message from our SGOD Chief, Ma'am Gay B. Abduhan.
My respect to our schools division superintendent, Dr. Jeneline Aliman, to Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Raymond Salvador, to everyone in the platform, mayong hapon. I am happy that marami pong andito sa platform, especially the applicants. Thank you so much for joining. You know, this is a great avenue for us to be informed kung ano po yung mga dapat po nating gawin sa ating pag-a-apply. No? Dito po, mabibigyan po tayo ng direction kung ano pong dapat nating isubmit, ano pong inaasahan sa bawat isa sa atin. No? So, you are very correct for attending this orientation because this orientation is very important for us and for you because we want you to know that DepEd, specifically Division of Zamboanga del Sur, we are looking for teachers who are passionate, no? Passionate, dedicated, innovative, and professional. So teachers who are committed to excellence, diversity, and inclusion. Teachers who are willing to learn, willing to grow, and collaborate with others. Teachers who are ready to face the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. Kaya po, makukuha po natin yan sa pamamagitan po ng pagpili ng tama sa tamang posisyon. No? Sa pamamagitan po ng pag-i-evaluate ng mga documents po ninyo na isasubmit po sa amin. So, sa pamamagitan ng pag-i-interview, no, pag-appraise ng mga documents kung gaano talaga kayo ka-qualified. So, dito po pag-uusapan po ang mga lahat ng yon. So, I hope you will listen attentively and ask question if clarification, kung meron kayong gustong i-clarify para po guided at klaro po para sa inyo yung mga inaasahan po ng DepEd sa bawat isa po sa inyo. So thank you so much for your attention and good afternoon once again.
All right, thank you, Ma'am Gay. That's our SGOD Chief of the Schools Division Office. Now at this moment, so let's have another message coming from our most ever supportive Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Jeneline A. Aliman.
Hello, Prince.
Hello, sir.
Prince, Ma'am Aliman might come in anytime, so we can proceed to the other parts of the preliminaries.
Sir, sige, sir. Noted,
Thank you.
sir. All right, so now let's proceed to our program proper. Let's have first the submission of documents, which will be discussed to us by our administrative officer for Ma'am Eva G. Castro.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone. To our school superintendent, Aliman, Dr. Steve, our and Pastor and Assistant Superintendent Jerry Bukingki, to our Joy Magallanes, and to our SGOD Chief, Ma'am J. Abduhan. Good afternoon again. Kira. So, my task today is to present to you the documentary requirements to be submitted for the ranking of applicants. So all interested applicants to vacant positions, whether internal or external to DepEd, shall submit the following documentary requirements to the respective districts through their administrative officer to where the applicants wishes to apply. So one is the letter of intent, address, head of office or schools division superintendent. Number two is the duly accomplished personal data sheet. C is Form 12, revised 2017 with work experience sheet. Number three, photocopy of certificate of employment. Number four, photocopy of valid and updated PRC license or ID. Number five is photocopy of certificate of eligibility, report of rating, if applicable. Number six, photocopy of scholastic academic record, the transcript of records or TOR, and diploma, dili and diploma, including completion of graduate and postgraduate units, degrees, if applicable. Number seven, photocopy of certificates of training, if applicable. Number eight, photocopy of certificate of employment, of service, or signed service records, whichever are applicable. Photocopy of latest appointment, if applicable. So, for example, if you have been you have an appointment for the substitute, please attach the latest appointment. Then we have the photocopy of the performance ratings in the last rating periods, covering 1 year performance prior to the deadline of submission, if applicable. Number 11, checklist of requirements and omnibus sworn statement on the certification on the authenticity and veracity of the documents submitted and data privacy consent form. Number 12, other documents as may be required for comparative assessment, such as but not limited to means of verification, the MOVs, showing outstanding accomplishments, application of education, and application of learning and development record from the date of last issuance of appointment. Letter B, photocopy of performance rating obtained from the relevant work experience if performance rating and item is not relevant to the position to be filled. So bali, this is the requirements, and for the senior high school, when they will apply to the TVL track, they should have the certificate of NC2 for national certificate from the TESDA, and also if you have the trainer's methodology certificate, you will also attach that for the senior high school. And if for the senior high school, if you graduated from the secondary education, then you have the NC2, for example, you have the ICT or the bread and pastry. You should not apply to the TVL because ma-disapprove ang appointment nyo sa civil service, kay dapat ma-align ang inyong application of unsay inyong nahuman. So for this, I think that's all, and thank you for listening.
All right, thank you, Ma'am Eva, our Administrative Officer 4 of the Schools Division Office. Now, this time, let's have the discussion of the color coding of folders to be submitted here in the Schools Division Office, to be presented to us by our EPS2, Ma'am Alili Grace Lingating.
Good afternoon. My sharing. Good afternoon to everyone who are here in the platform and also who are watching us live. Let me share to you for uniformity, the attachment of the DepEd memorandum, the division memorandum that has been signed by our schools division superintendent as enclosure to our submission of folder. So for uniformity, we came up with this idea as for the committee to be able to identify immediately the the position that you are applying or the level you are applying. For the kindergarten, please take note that lahat po ng mga folders na isasabit nyo, long size po siya. Paper folder, hindi po siya yung plastic. So for kindergarten, yellow po, pure yellow long. For elementary, dark green color. For iPad elementary is the light green with yellow band sa ibabaw. Later we will be explaining ano po yung mga bands na yon. For junior high school by major, English, we have orange or orange with black. Please take note that junior high school, the color of the band is black, and the color of the folder depends upon the subject area. So for English, we have orange with black combination. Science, we have yellow with black combination. Mathematics, we have brown color with a black combination. Araling Panlipunan, violet with black combination. Filipino, pink or dark pink with black combination. Values education or ESP, blue, dark or dark blue with black combination. MAPE or PELPM, green light green with black combination, and the TLE, red with black combination. For iPad Junior, sky blue with yellow combination. So for senior high school, you are required to submit pure white long folder with the different combinations that shall be placed on stick on top of the folder. Like for Humes, we have red combination, ABM yellow combination, STEM green combination, TVL violet combination, sports blue combination, arts and science orange combination. So let me explain to you ano po yung mga combination na yon. Ito po sila. For example, you're applying for a senior high school, so you have to prepare your documents with being filed in a long white folder. So yung combination po sa taas, if you're applying for sports, so therefore your color should be blue sa taas. So ito po ang example. Mag-stick po tayo ng paper colored or colored paper, cut it into 2.5 inches and stick it with a paste neatly sticked at the top of your folder. So that would easily identify that you are applying for senior high school. Sports naman yung strand na ina-applyan. And all documents arranged as it was being explained by Ma'am Eva a while ago, shall be or must be fastened on the left side of the folder. Ito po. Hindi po sa top, but at the left side of the folder. And please take note that there shall be no other markings. We have to follow strictly the prescribed format. So, ang dapat nating ilagay dito sa cover, yung prescribe lang po na text. For example, pertinent papers of example 1B de la Cruz, Lapuyan District, applying for senior high school sports. And after that, wala na po tayong other markings na kailangang ilagay dito. Yan lang po. And then, ang tabbings po dito rin po sa right side ilalagay. Let me repeat. Ito po ang mga color codings po na explain natin ngayon is for the subject areas sa secondary. Black yung nakalagay na tabbing sa taas with different colors of folders according to the subject areas that is being applied for. Ang sa senior high school po, pure white with different color color bands sa taas ng folder. So for your questions, kung hindi po kayo manililiwanagan pa masyado, you may type doon po sa ating question and answer na chat box. So that will be all. This is Alili Grace Lingating saying thank you and good afternoon.
Alright, so ayan po, medyo natagalan tayo. So once again, thank you Ma'am Alili for that informative discussion. So before tayo mag-proceed sa ating Q&A, so para sa mga medyo hindi pa naliwanagan sa discussion kanina, so ito na yung time kung saan magtatanong kayo no for further clarifications and further questions. So before that, before tayo mag-proceed sa ating Q&A, ay aantay muna natin si Sir Raymond, no, one of our ASDSs dito sa Schools Division kasi baka meron pa siyang mga additional input. So for the meantime, standby muna and let's wait for further input. Thank you. Alright, so since Sir Salvador is not yet around, so proceed na tayo sa ating question and answer portion. So first question we have here, okay, matanong ko lang po, kasalukuyan po akong nag-aaral sa aking Master of Education in Advanced Teaching sa other country, specifically sa California. At naka-earned na po ako ng 18 units. Wala po akong maipresentang official hard copy ng aking TOR sa kadahilanang matagal ang mode of delivery. It takes 3 months bago ma-receive. May certification po ako galing sa university, patunay na kasalukuyan nag-aaral ako at meron din akong degree audit at unofficial transcript of records. Mabigyan po ba ako ng corresponding points batay sa may presenta ko pong documents as mentioned above? Thank you po. Let's have Sir Tony to answer this question. Sir Ton. Okay, all right. Okay, to answer that question, let's have our senior senior education program supervisor, specialist, Sir E.M. Malilay.
Hello, Prince. Thank you, Prince, for the question. I'm reading the question now. He is this person or this applicant is currently enrolled in Master of Education in Advanced Teaching. Is he enrolled in online classes? I should say that he's enrolled in online classes, no? And anyway, his question is, where's that? Mabigyan po ba ako ng corresponding points batay sa may presenta ko pong documents as mentioned above? And his predicament is that he cannot present the copy of his TOR since his school is in the US. According to the DepEd order that we are following, it should be the transcript of records. It should be the TOR that will tell us how many units he or she has earned for his or her masters. So if we only take if we only allow or if we appreciate or if we evaluate basing on the certification, that is not allowed. So it should be the TOR that will be shown to the PSB or to the selection board. Is that okay, Prince?
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sir M. Alright, so we hope na mas clear yun, no? And nasagot natin yung question. Next one. Next question na tayo. Next question. Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. Old and new applicants are same requirements?
Hello, Prince.
So once again,
the question
sige, sir.
is
Go ahead, sir.
the question is old and new.
Sir, all the new applicants are same pa din
Yes.
ba yung requirements?
Yes, all applicants, whether old or new, because we are following a new guideline. We are following new guidelines from the central office. Old and new applicants should submit what are required. So it was already that was already discussed by Ma'am Eva Castro earlier. So all applicants, whether old or new, they should submit that set.
Okay, thank you, sir. And another question. Wala na po bang Wala na po ang mga NBI and voter certification.
Sir Tony will answer. Then after Sir Tony answers, Ma'am Jean will come in. Ma'am Jean has already said that she will join us. After Sir Tony answers the question, Prince.
Okay, sir. Noted, sir.
Okay, so for that question, good afternoon, Prince, and good afternoon to all the applicants
Sir.
joining with us in this orientation. With regards to that question, ano yun, NBI? So just go over with the requirements as stipulated in the revision memorandum, and whatever might be the documents stipulated in the DepEd memorandum, that will be the documents that you should prepare. All applicants should prepare in accordance to the document written in the division memorandum.
Okay, thank you, sir Ton, for the answer. All right. Question muna tayo since wala pa yung inaantay natin. Okay, proceed muna tayo sa next question. Okay, hello moms and sir, good afternoon. I need some clarifications po about sa photocopy na nakalagay sa documents na needed. Is it like the certified true copy or authenticated copy or merely photocopy? Thank you po sa sasagot.
Kasagot pa ito.
Can you repeat the question, Prince? The question is...
Yung question po sir is about sa photocopy kung ano ba, yung ilalagay ba like certified true copy or authenticated copy or merely photocopy?
What I think is written there in the list is authenticated copy. For example, your transcript of records that should be authenticated by the school. Oh. But we had provisions in the previous ranking seasons that if the school is located from in a far province or in a different province, or it cannot be accessed in a few days, this transcript should be certified through by a representative of the selection board. So if ever you are going to submit a certified copy, make sure that the one who accepts the document has seen the original copy. So in ana siya, no, if ever your transcript of records cannot be authenticated by the school you graduated from, then make sure that before you submit the documents, your paper should be seen originally. The original paper should be seen by the one who will accept it.
All right, thank you, Sir M. Okay, next one. For clarification po, the rating is applicable po ba to those working in private school or dili na po? Daw sa mga nag-work sa private school or sa mga hindi or dili na po or hindi na.
Sir Prince.
Yung ano po sir, performance rating if applicable po ba sa mga working in private school or hindi na po?
Can we ask Ma'am Eva to review the documentary requirements if nakastipulate po doon yung performance rating for our new applicants? Thank you.
Hello sir. Sa performance rating, sa teacher 1 hindi na ito kasali sir. Itong performance rating doon sa mga non-teaching. O dapat
Yes.
ito pero sa teacher 1 wala. Hindi sir, hindi kasali.
Okay, Prince. Can I butt in?
Yes.
Okay, so I just would like to add the answer given by Ma'am Eva that for teacher 1 positions, no hiring for teacher 1, the criteria shall only be education, training, and experience plus yung points that will be taken from the COI, classroom observable indicators, and NCOI, yung TRF. So hindi kasali doon ang performance rating for teacher 1 applicants.
Okay, thank you Sir Ton. Next one. We still have questions here. Okay, so next one is sa elementary po, ilang folder po ang ipapasa? Okay, so isa lang po. Isa lang po na one folder lang yung isasubmit natin. Okay, sa district kung saan kayo mag-a-apply. One folder lang. Next one. Good afternoon, ma'am. Sir, I am currently a local paid teacher. Nakapag-conduct din po ng COT last year and this year also. Pwede ko po ba i-attach sa pertinent ko yung mga rating sheets or need pa ng recommendation ng PSDS po?
Prince?
This question?
Prince?
Sir Ton.
Kindly
Yes, Sir
repeat
Ton.
the question.
Okay,
Please.
Sir Ton. Tatanong po, Sir Ton, currently a local paid teacher po siya, tapos nakapag-conduct daw siya ng COT last year and this year also. Pwede ba daw niya i-attach yung pertinent papers niya, yung mga rating sheets, or need pa ba na recommendation ng PSDS?
Well, actually, in the process of ranking for teacher 1 positions, they will all undergo demonstration teaching. So, hindi na ma-count yung kung sakaling nakasaban siya tapos nakasi o hindi yun counted. Kasi mag-undergo sila ng lahat ng demonstration. So, hindi counted yung if ever they were able to substitute 1 or 3 months before and then during the time that they serve as substitute teacher, nag-CO sila, hindi yun kasali sa counting ng ng kanilang pag-apply ngayon.
Prince, may I add something also?
Go ahead, sir.
This is just a reminder to our teacher applicants that we are already following DO7 series of 2023. We are no longer following DO7 series of 2015 or
Yes.
DO22 series of 2015 or DO3 series of 2016 for senior high school. We are already following the new set of guidelines, and if ever you had or if ever you joined the ranking in previous years, your points will no longer be used or will no longer be utilized. So that means if you are going to apply this school year, you are going to undergo the teaching demonstration, and you will answer also the teacher reflection form. So what is new to this set is that you are no longer going to take the English proficiency test, and you do not have computer skills, or you will no longer undergo skills validation, which was very important with the previous guidelines. But with the present guidelines, what you need is only the education, your training, and your experience, and your teaching demonstration, and your teacher reflection form. So these components will already, most especially your teacher reflection form, will already take the place of the English proficiency test and your skills validation. So the question was if your COT when you were a substitute teacher or when you were a locally paid teacher, these will not be counted or credited if you are going to apply this year. What will be counted is what you when you will join the ranking processes this year.
Another question, Prince.
Sir, thank you, sir. Next question. Good afternoon, sir. I am a graduate of Bachelor of Technology and Livelihood Education major in Home Economics. Can I ask if I am allowed to apply in a senior high school TVL track or in junior high school TLE po? Thank you for the response. And Livelihood Education major in Home Economics.
Okay, kindly repeat the question though, Prince.
I am a graduate of Bachelor of Technology and Livelihood Education major in Home Economics. Can I ask if I am allowed to apply in a senior high school, TVL track, or in junior high school, TLE po? Si Sir Ton. Sir Ton?
For a while, Prince, ha?
Ah,
Prince, can we ask
Sir Ton?
that applicant if he is a licensed professional teacher? Kung may license ba siya?
uh, Sir Ton, we cannot provide Sir Ton kasi hindi na namin ma-follow up kung sino po yung nagtanong kasi wala po nakalagay na name. Anonymous po yung nakalagay, Sir Ton. So baka di na namin kung licensed ba siya or hindi. All right.
If he is a licensed teacher, he can apply at the junior high or senior high, no both. But if he or she is not a licensed teacher, she can or he can apply at the senior high school.
Junior high school.
That's it, Prince.
Sir, thank you, sir. Next one. Okay, Ma'am Anili, let's have further inputs from Ma'am Anili.
Okay, to add to the answer of Sir EM and Sir Tony, we had a conversation a while ago with Ma'am Glyn, our senior high school coordinator. For those who are going to apply, since the question is he or she is a graduate of ano yun? Kapag yung kanyang kurso ay aligned sa kanyang i-apply, pwede talaga siyang mag-apply. If the course, kung sa anong natapos daw niya, sabi ni Ma'am Glyn, naka-align doon. Pero kung NC2 lang, tapos hindi yung kurso niya naka-align, hindi daw siya pwedeng ma-appraise.
Okay, next one. Okay, next question. Mangutana kung priority ba ang gikag abroad tapos wala na ranking. Yung question niya is priority po ba yung galing sa abroad na passer? Any kind of work sa abroad as long as OFW? Kay daghan kung nahibalaan nag-abroad na lang para nyag balik diri sa Pinas, diretso na sila apply. Dili na ba sila
Okay,
moagi
Prince.
og ranking, sir?
Prince, in connection to that
Let's
question,
have-
I think my Ma'am Eva can answer that. Ma'am Eva Castro, because that is matters relevant to STEAMs. So I think Ma'am Eva can can give the right answer to that question.
Okay, sir Tan.
Okay. Ano yun, Prince, yung kahit anong course ba? Sabi? Ayun. Basta yung mga sa SPIMS, they will also go according to Ma'am Jen. They will also undergo the process, but they are also the priority. Yun lang, sir. Yun ang sabi ni Ma'am Jen.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Evs. Next one. Next question. Pwede po ba magparang, though I'm not from Zamboanga del Sur, or better magparang po ako where I'm from?
Prince, in consideration to that question, I think it is the decision of the applicant kung saan siya gustong magparang. So, decision na niyan kung gusto siya mag-submit ng documents dito sa Zamboanga del Sur, pwede. So, pwede din siya na mag-submit ng application niya on the division where she belongs. But in terms of finality of the decision, it would fall on the decision of the applicant herself.
Okay. Next. Question tayo. Okay, good afternoon po. Paano po pag wala pa license ID po? Ngayon, July 21 sked ko sa PRC. May consideration po ba kayo sa mga new passers?
What does it mean on July 21? Is his ID going to be released on July 21 or what? Ma-release ang ID?
Possible po, sir. Yung schedule niya po para appointment sa PRC po, sir.
Yeah, for release yung ID niya.
Yes, sir.
I think he's going to get a certificate of rating from the PRC. If his ID is not yet available, I think the certificate of rating can be had from the PRC, and it should be an authenticated copy.
All right. So, okay. Thank you, Sir M. Next one. Pwede po ba ang TOR, sir, for board exam pa ang naka-indicate? Kasi hindi pa ako nakapag-request sa school namin na for employment na yung TOR po.
I guess that will still be accepted, Prince.
So, pwede pa din po i-submit.
Because I think the comments there will be, I mean, what we need is really the grades, no, and the note there that he really graduated from the degree. And if ever he or she is going to be hired, she will be, or he or she will be required again to give a transcript her document for appointment if he or she will be hired.
All right, thank you, Sir M. Next one. Hello po, ask ko lang po if credited ba yung COE as an online teacher? I've been teaching on the platform for 3 years now. Salamat po.
Hello. For that question,
The Raymond is here.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, everyone. I think for that question, with regards to the COE as to a online teacher, provided you can present to us all the credentials that proves to us that the employer that employed you is valid. No, it is being sanctioned by a civil service circular that says that once you attend online or you are an employee for online, should ensure that it has also been registered in its different offices, so we can credit your COE or your certificate of employment. Thank you.
All right, that's Sir Raymond Salvador, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent. Thank you, Sir Mon. And next one. Ask ko lang po, pwede po bang enrollment certificate lang po ang i-attach sa masteral?
I think this was already answered, no? What we need is really the transcript of records, which shows how many units you have taken for your master's or for your doctorate. So if it is only a certification that you were enrolled in such a degree or in such program, that will not be credited.
Okay, Sir M, thank you. Next one, no? So meron po tayong mga katanungan dito. Next, regarding po sa TRF, sir, according po ba yun sa major namin o purely English lang po?
The TRF is a reflection form. You will the division will provide the questions for you to answer. And there will be instructions there to be followed by you. So in for the language that you will use, it will not be specific for English only, but it will be in general. No, the questions will be general according to indicators that may not be observed in the classroom. So it will not be according to your major. But for the classroom observable indicators, which will be done during the during the demonstration, of course, that will be in accordance with your major if you are a secondary school teacher applicant.
All right, thank you, Sir M. Next one. Sir, if mag-submit po kami both senior and junior high school, ikapila may need mo demo?
If ever he is a licensed teacher or she is a licensed teacher and he or she wants to apply in both junior high school and senior high school, we do not restrict. No, we do not restrict that applicant, but he has to undergo different teaching demonstrations, and NCOI. And he needs to submit two folders, one for junior high school and the other one for senior high school. And for the teaching demonstration, he needs to undergo demonstration for junior, one for senior, and answer TRF, one for senior and one for junior.
All right, thank you, Sir M. Next one. Okay, next question tayo. Next one. I am a second courser. My major is biology, science. Saan po ba inline ang tran ko po for senior high school? Meron na po akong TM, NC, and NTTC since I already conducted trainings.
His undergrad is in biology or science? Prince?
Yes, sir.
BS Bio. And what is his TM?
TM. Sir, di po naka-state yun.
For senior high school, I would say that for senior high school, it would depend on him if he wants to apply in the academic strand, which has ABM, Humes, or STEM. Then if he is going to consider his major in college, then it is advisable for him to apply in STEM. But if he's going to apply using his credentials as a trainer's as a holder of a TMC, then he should also consider what his skills, no, what NC2 he has or national certificate he has. I don't. Since he has not shared that to us, what his NC is, then for example, his NC is in was this in pastry or bread and pastry, then he can apply in TVL, specifically in HE or in home economics. So that's it. So it would depend on his major. For example, he wants to do to apply in the academic, or he wants to apply in the TVL track.
Okay, thank you once again, sir.
I just like to add to the statement of Sir EM. Preferably if the applicant is a science major, I think the applicant should go for STEM in the senior high school, and the TM and the NTTC that the applicant possesses will just form part of the credential. But for the application purposes, I think it would be better for the applicant to apply for STEM, so that we can have a clear track for the applicant where to submit his or her documents.
Okay, next one. If applicable lang po ba ang letter K or number 11 requirement? Karamihan po kasi wala niyan. Wala po kasi nakalagay na if applicable. If applicable lang po ba ang letter K or number 11 requirement?
Hello. As for the query of our interested applicant, for the letter K, as mentioned in the documentary submission, it is required based on the mandate of the HRMPSB. So if the HRMPSB, through its announcement or posting in the memorandum, does not require you to submit any other means of verification, then the applicant may or may not submit, and it will not be a mandatory part of the pertinent document of the applicant. So it's still a applicable item because it says it may be required by the HR and PSB. So in this case, for teacher one applicant, letter K in the guide in the submission of documents is not applicable, or it's just a additional requirement if you have such documents, or if the HR and PSB would require you to submit. So don't worry about the letter K that is part of that list. Thank you.
Yes, Sir Mon. Next one. Okay, next question. My school po hindi pa agad nagre-release ng TUR. If di pa full-fledged MA degree holder, so paano kung ang ibibigay lang sa amin is certification of units earned na my grades na? Can we still use it?
Sige, I know most of our applicants would have this predicament that some of our state universities and colleges would have a timeline on the release of the TOR. But again, as mentioned by one of the HRMPSB member, our SEPs for HRDD, Sir Ebenezer Manilay, that in the mandatory submission of documents, TOR is really needed. So we need to see your TOR because it speaks of your record of your educational history. So we need that document. So I think now that we have this orientation, you have to now try to secure this document because we need the transcript of records, not the certification of your master's, because we want to know if your master's is also aligned with your undergrad, which can be found in your TOR. So I think this orientation is the best place that you can get the information that you really need to submit your TOR in the processing of your application for Teacher 1. So sa nagtanong, kailangan talaga yung TOR natin.
Okay, thank you, Sir Mon. Next one. How about, sir, katong kaka-enroll pa lang sa masters, counted na po ba yon? Pila ang points?
Yun. I think we cannot say there will be points because for you to earn that units, you have to finish that course, and there will be no points if you haven't finished yet that specific program or that course that you are currently enrolled. So if you're just enrolled right now and you're still doing it and you're studying it, and I think there will be no points for that. So sorry.
Okay, thank you, Sir Mon. Next one. Good day po. About sa experience as a local paid teacher, may points ba ako kahit contract of service lang ang document from LGU?
Okay. For the one who asked this query, I think we can credit this as your experience, provided you have to attach the contract of service, or if the LGU provide you a service record, the better for us to evaluate your documents so we can credit this as part of your experience in the application process.
Sir Mon. Next one. Good afternoon. I already have 30 units in masters and already done the compre exam. Will it be counted?
Sir?
Good afternoon again. For the one who asked this question, yes, it could be credited provided it must be reflected in your transcript of records or a certification attached to your transcript of records stating that you have completed your academic requirements and you have passed or have done taking your comprehensive examination, reflecting also the units that you have earned in the master. So again, for the one who asked this query, these units must be reflected in your transcript of records to include the statement saying that you have completed your academic requirements. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next one. Hello, sir. Tanong ko lang po, saan po ba na-strand align ang organic agriculture production?
Hello, sir or ma'am. Ang yung organic, ano yun? Organic production, yun sa, sa AFA po yun, sir, ma'am. Doon sa strand na AFA. Agricultural, fishery, sir? Basta sa AFA, ma'am. Agri-fishery arts. Wala. Sa TVL po yan, ma'am.
Right, TVL. Next one. Good afternoon, sir. Are we allowed to choose our own topic or competency for the demonstration, or will it be given to us by your office?
Yes, thank you for that. That's the question, and I think everybody who is in the platform should take note that the HRMPSB will issue a advisory or a memorandum with regards to what particular quarter or area or grade level that you will be focusing on for your demo teaching. So please wait for advisory or any memo with regards to this as to what area you are going to present for your demonstration teaching.
Po, what particular quarter we are going to use po?
Okay, good afternoon, Prince.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think for that question, that is in connection with the previous question, that the division office through the HRMPSB will still be issuing division advisory or any issuances that would indicate the competencies and what particular quarter of the milk that the applicant will present during the demonstration teaching. So just like what Sir Raymond said, you have just to wait for further issuances to that effect. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sir Ton. Next one. Good afternoon po, sir. Ask lang po if actual po ba yung demonstration or we are given time to prepare? Thank
Okay, so thank you for that question. Again, that particular, the answer for that question will also be included in the issuance, in the division memorandum or advisory that will be released soon. So pati na yung mga bagay na yan, isali na doon lahat. Thank you, Prince.
you, Sir Ton. Next one. Good afternoon, ma'am, sir. Kailangan po ko po ba mag-pass na requirements? Ano to? Requirements dole beneficiary po ako. Waiting na lang ng endorsement letter. Thank you. God bless.
I think Ma'am Eva can answer that.
Tayo na lang siya na endorsement. Yes, ma'am.
One. Thank you, Ma'am Ebs. Okay, next one is, good afternoon po, sirs. Paano po pag hindi authenticated ang ipapasa like sa PRC ID or any documents po? Possible po ba na ma-DQ agad? Kasi po, baka di na po kaya sa oras because of the conflict schedule. Sunod-sunod po kasi activity sa school na pinagtratrabahuan namin. Then, sa July 7 na po ang deadline.
Good afternoon to the applicant asking this query. I think precisely today is the beginning for you to comply all the necessary requirements prior to the deadline. And I think it's not only you who is having this kind of concern. I think most of our interested applicants would have also this query in their mind. But again, we need to have your documents authenticated, especially those you will be using for your application, like what you mentioned, the PRC ID. I know the timeline that we have would not be in favor for you, but again, if we are interested, there will always be ways for us to comply these documents. So again, beginning today until the deadline, you have the time to prepare all these documents.
Next one. Ano po gagawin if the expiry of PRC license falls on the application period? Thanks po.
I think this can be connected to the query that I answered a while ago. Of course, if we are aware that our license is about to expire, I think a month or more than a month, we should already have applied for its renewal. I think once you fail to do so, I think that is negligence on your part to comply with that requirement. So I think you should be aware that the expiration date of your license. So you have to renew it. If you are telling us na renew na expire siya within that day, then we will not use it as a leeway for you to be excused in the submission of documents, because you have to renew it a month before. It falls now under your personal to renew it.
Okay, thank you, Sir Mond. Next one. Magandang hapon po sa lahat, sir. Ask lang sa junior high school, ilan po ang folder ang isubmit?
Parang natanong na to kanina, isa lang yata. Hindi naman namin kailangan ng mas marami pa.
So, ayun, like nasagot na to kanina. So, once again, yung folder na isasubmit is isa lang. Okay, so next one. Meron pa ba tayong mga questions dyan? Marami pa to. Mga ano na, 700. For a while lang ha, kasi maghahanap muna tayo ng mga katanungan na pwede nating sagutin or dapat nating sagutin dito sa ating orientation. Alright, so before tayo magpatuloy pa sa ating question and answer portion para sa ating virtual orientation at this moment. So let's have first a message coming from our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Raymond Salvador.
Thank you so much, Sir Prince. A blessed afternoon to our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Jeneline A. Aleman, Sensor 5, to our ASDS for District 1, Dr. Jerry Bukingkito, Sese, our two education chiefs for SGOD, Dr. K. Abduhan, and for CID, Dr. Juliet Magallanes, our administrative officer, Ma'am Senaida Mago, our HRMO, Ma'am Eva Castro, members of the HRM PSB of the Division of Zamboanga del Sur, our ITO boys, all our aspirant teacher applicants for the Department of Education, and to all listening and joining this virtual orientation. Again, a blessed afternoon to all of you. I think this orientation is very timely to all of us, not only for your teacher applicants, but also to the division as well, because as mentioned by one of the members of the PSP, our SEPs, Sir Ebenezer Manilay, that this is a new guidelines that we are applying for. All our previous guidelines as we have been utilizing for the past years for senior high school, junior high school, for elementary, kinder, and IPED have been rescinded, and we are now using the new DepEd order, which is DepEd order number 7, series of 2023. And I know most of us are very eager to see how this goes, and we are also very eager to make sure that we also follow the process as stated and stipulated in the guidelines. And what is nice about our new guideline is that in the previous RQA, many of us are struggling to reach the points, and I think all of you would agree with me now. We are really struggling to hit that 70 points in our RQA. But under the new guidelines, it has been reduced from 70 to 50. I think it is very favorable to all of us. And there are also features in the new guidelines that were not present during the old guidelines now when we are doing our screening of the documents. Like, for example, for those who are already studying their masters or pursuing their postgraduates, in the previous guidelines, they were not given value or there were no points. But in the new guidelines, points are already given to these postgraduate courses that you have been taking. To include also, most of us are having a hard time to catch up with our English proficiency exam. Some are able to update their English proficiency scores, while others are unable to take the exam. But this time, as mentioned again by one of our members, the English proficiency test was substituted with the teacher reflection, which is very favorable again to all of you, because all you have to do is to answer it based on your experience as you have been a teacher in a classroom or be it a permanent permanent teacher in a private school, a substitute teacher, or local PE teacher. So it's favorable to you, the teacher reflection. And we have also introduced some measures for us to be able to really utilize our HRMO. We included the online registration for us to track our applicants submitting their documents, for us to be able to make sure that all the entries that they are putting there will match to the documents that they are presenting. So I think this virtual orientation is really favorable to all of you. Know, I know we still have lots of questions. As I can see on my screen, we have 773 questions and still coming in 31 questions. We are trying to address all of them because we want to ensure that the guidelines will be clearly disseminated to all of you. So we hope that after this orientation, most of you will say that I am now ready to prepare my documents and submit my documents, and I am ready to submit myself to the process to be conducted by the Division of Zamboanga del Sur for the hiring of teacher applicants. And let us take note, no, these guidelines will apply not only to elementary and junior high school, but this covers our senior high school, kinder, and IPN also. So for those of you who are interested, I do hope that you are really paying attention and jotting down notes so that you will be able to comply with all the necessary documents. Because we are very particular in the submission of your documents as this is part of our initial evaluation. Upon submission, of course, the documents will be checked as to its completeness, authenticity, and veracity. So please pay attention. We are very happy, that you keep on asking for you to be clarified. So again, to all of you, to all the people behind working for the success of this virtual orientation for our teacher applicants, congratulations in advance to all of you. And I know you are very willing to join DepEd. Sana hindi nyo lang gawing stepping stone ang DepEd pang application ninyo papuntang Estados Unidos or saan man yan lugar sa mundo, kundi gagawin nyo tahanan ang Department of Education kung saan tayo ay magtutulungan para makakaroon tayo ng bansang makabata, batang makabansa. So to everyone, a blessed afternoon and God bless.
All right, thank you Sir Mon for that inspiring message. All right, so ngayon balik naman tayo sa ating question and answer. So papatuloy natin to. And next one, we have a question. Hello po, I just wanna ask if the ECCD service providers or the daycare worker service counted as a teaching experience. I am a daycare worker for 13 years now. Thanks. Yung tanong, ulitin ko lang. I just want to ask if the ECCD service providers or the daycare worker service counted as a teaching experience. I am a daycare worker for 13 years now. Thanks. Counted ba yung daycare worker experience niya teaching in a daycare?
Okay, good afternoon. As since daycare worker or teaching daycare, parang, so in our experience, the past ranking, daycare is not credited in teaching kasi wala man silang competency. So I don't, kasi ngayon, only those teaching experience which really my curriculum. So, kasi noon di yan credited yung sa daycare.
Guess that would be all. Thank you, ma'am. Next one. Good afternoon po. Sa district po ba kami mag-pass ng pertinent paper or sa school sa barangay namin?
Hello, sa district po kayo mag-submit, ma'am, sir. Sa AO, may na-assign mo nito administrative officer 2. So doon sila ang mag-check sa inyong mga papers na i-submit. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Next one. Good afternoon, sir. Pwede ba mag-apply sa junior high school and senior high at the same time? Provisional senior high school teacher po ako for 5 years. Last school year lang nahuman ako kontrata, dayon bag-o lang na LPT. Pwede ba ko mag-apply og dungan sa junior o senior high? Thank you.
Hello, Prince. Prince, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is good news, no, for our teachers who were whose services were already cut when they were senior high school teachers for 5 or 6 years. They can apply again. If they are already licensed holders, they can apply in junior high school, and they can also apply in senior high school. For those whose contracts were not already renewed, and they want to apply again in senior high school, I think this was already agreed upon last week, Sir Raymond. You can correct me. They can apply again in senior high school, even if they don't have their licenses yet. Back to new applicant.
All right, thank you, Sir M. The next one. Good afternoon, sir. How about a volunteer teacher? May possible points po ba ako sa experience? Volunteer teacher? To answer this one. Yan, volunteer teacher po, may possible points po ba sa experience?
Okay, Prince. Sa volunteer teacher, depende yun sa volunteer teacher kung may contract of service siya at may certificate of employment. Pero kung nag-volunteer lang siya tapos wala siyang contract of service, mahirap siguro yung count. So, kailangan talaga may contract of service kung nag-volunteer siya.
Thank you, ma'am. Next one. Saan na yun? Ito. Hi po, sir. Yung mga documents na authenticated na, pwede na po bang hindi na ipapanotarize? Thanks.
Hello, Prince. Parang authenticated lang ata yung mga documents na kailangan i-submit.
Hello. Sir, sa checklist of requirement, nasa baba yung omnibus sworn statement. So dapat inauthorize po ito yung mga nasubmit nyo na documents. Nandito sa checklist of requirements. Okay, that's all.
Next one. As per checking sa DM number 255 series of 2023, it was stated that all pertinent documents are photocopy, providing sworn statement certificates. Why it is a need to authenticate TOR and PRC license? Who can answer this query? Press Sir M. Sir, can you pwede bang ano yung magsagot, Sir M?
Again, sorry, Prince. Again, please read the question.
As per checking sa Division Memo number 255 Series 2023, it was stated that all pertinent documents are photocopy, providing sworn statement certificates. Why it is a need to authenticate TOR and PRC license?
I think Sir Raymond can answer this, being the chair of the PSB, or yes, Sir Raymond can answer this as chairman of the PSB.
Sir Raymond, Sir Raymond is not yet around, sir.
John Ray.
Ma'am Gay,
yes,
Prince.
Okay. Yes, Ma'am Gay.
The question is asking why there is a need to authenticate the document, right? Yeah, it is very important to authenticate those documents required para po to ensure that those documents are really verified, no? Verified, the documents are really verified, and it's true, no? The documents are not tampered or altered in any way. So, kasi pag nakikita po natin yung document na authenticated, ang trust po ng evaluator ay nandyan kasi authenticated. Meaning, na-verify na po yung document na it's really true.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Gay. Okay, next question. Good afternoon, sir. Pwede po ba na kami ang pipili ng content sa aming demonstration as long as it is MELC based, hoping that you will grant our request. God bless and more power.
May I answer
Kami ang
again?
pipili. Ma'am Gay?
Yeah. Hindi po. Kasi po, may naka-assign po na teacher na siyang inaatasan na magbigay sa inyo kung ano po ang topic na i-demo ninyo. Yun bang ibig sabihin? Kasi po, yung mga teacher advisor, yung mga teacher na naka-assign po sa school na kung saan kayo magdi-demo or magdi-demo, sila po ang nakakaalam kung anong lesson na po ang kasalukuyan na kanilang tinuturo. At sila po ang nakakaalam kung saan po kayo papasok na siyang nakaka-align din sa kasalukuyang lesson na ibinibigay ng teacher. At isa pa, pag tayo ay nag-a-apply ng trabaho, kung ano po ang ibibigay sa atin ng ating ina-applyan, kasi yun, sila ang nakakaalam. Sana maganda din na susunod na lang tayo. Kasi hindi naman yan nakakasama sa atin, kundi nakakatulong yan sa departamento, no? Sa process. Nakakatulong yan sa process. Hindi po tayo maggagawa po ng ating kung anong gusto natin. Kasi yun, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, isa sa mga nabanggit ko kanina sa aking sinasabi na meron tayong inaasahan mula po sa ating mga applicants, no? Na makakatulong sa pagpaganda, makakatulong sa pagpapaunlad sa kaalaman ng ating mga bata. At yun, attitude po natin, napaka-importante po yun.
Thank you, Ma'am Gay. Next one. Good afternoon. Nagtuturo po ako noon sa private school. Binigyan na po ako ng service record. Tanong ko lang po, need pa po ba ang Certificate of Employment? Once again, yung question is, nagtuturo po ako noon sa private school. Binigyan na po ako ng service record. Tanong ko lang po, need pa po ba ang Certificate of Employment?
Hi, good afternoon. Yeah, the service record if you submit it as it is a standalone document and it needs further verification and support. The COE or the Certificate of Employment would support that service record that indeed you have rendered services in that institution. So I guess both should come in as a partner in submitting the document. So much better if you will submit both for us to be able to really validate that indeed you have rendered services in that institution, which reflects in your service record.
Next one. Ito may pangalan from Ma'am Riza Medalya. Sir, good afternoon po. I-clarify lang nako tong pangutana ba katong i-priority ang abroad. Mo undergo gihapon na sila og demo and TRF sir or dili. Aside sa mo pa sila og mga documents for ranking. Thank you po.
Yes, Ma'am Riza. Although there is a standing memorandum of agreement between DOLE and DepEd with regards to this matter, that you being a balikturo or a teacher before or coming back to teach, or a OFW coming back to the country to work here in our country. It doesn't exempt you totally from the process. You still have to go to the process. When it comes to prioritization, there is a separate prioritization when it comes to your case. But again, when it comes to the submission of the documents for ranking, you are still required to undergo the process po. But as to your query, other query, whether you will be given the prioritization, I think that's another story. That doesn't fit with our orientation right now. But to answer your last question, will you undergo the process? Yes, that includes the demo and the teacher reflection.
Good afternoon everyone. Want to apply for senior high school. Pwede po ba maka-apply kahit hindi pa let passer? I have NC2, TMC, and NTTC in Kokiri.
As for that applicant asking the question, you can submit yourself for the process of application for teacher at the senior high school only. Since you mentioned you are not yet a lead passer, then but you have your NC, your DMC, even wow, NTTC, no, in Kokeri, you really fit to apply for senior high school under TBL track.
Yun, thank you, Sir Mon. Next one. Alright, meron pa ba tayong mga questions dyan? Marami-rami na rin yung nasagot natin. So, I guess meron pa din na hindi pa natin nasasagot. Let's have that one. Kaya hahanap muna tayo ng questions na pwede natin sagutin ngayon.
Sir Prince, I think there was a query with regards to the omnibus sworn statement a while ago, why do they need to authenticate their DOR? I think it's just reminding you to have that document authenticated, because the omnibus sworn statement says that all your documents should be authentic and true. And of course, it's correct, no? Especially the entry in your documents. Once, remember, you placed your omnibus sworn statement under oath. Therefore, any irregularities that may be found during the checking of your documents, of course, it would be grounds for its consequences, no, na hindi maganda para sa atin. So we are just reminding you that these documents, as much as possible, it should be authenticated talaga to avoid na lang any discrepancies or queries or doubts on the documents that you have submitted. So again, the omnibus sworn statement would say, of course, all the documents that you submitted are authentic and it's correct and it's true. So we're just reminding you, no? So it doesn't mean that you need to really submit an authenticated TOR. If you submitted a TOR, it can be questioned, we can verify, and once we verify it with the state university or college, and it so happen there's a problem with your DOR, but you swore your omnibus one statement, then it can be held against you. That is why the group constantly reminds you, if possible, itong mga DOR, mga diploma, mga PRC license, kung pwede na siya authenticated. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Sir Mon. Next, do we still have questions or query na pwede natin masagot? Or wala na, I guess. Okay, I guess wala na tayong mga katanungan dyan na pwede natin sagutin. Okay, now let's proceed na. So I guess that would be all. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga salamat sa mga nagtanong, no? And at this moment, do you have any further informations or anything? Okay, let's have Ma'am Eva.
For clarification lang po, sir, yung sa mga requirements na mayroong slash. So, ang important siguro, kung nandyan ang yung dalawa, halimbawa sa certificate of eligibility or PRC license, mas mabuti siguro na yung dalawa ang isubmit para hindi tayo ma-DQ. At saka yung sa ano po din sa na ano ko sa presentation ko na ilagay ko doon yung performance rating, pasensya na po, dapat hindi ko yun nailagay kasi para yung sa non-teaching at sa promotion, dapat yung sa teacher 1, hindi na kailangan doon ang performance rating po. Yun lang po at thank you.
All right, thank you, Ma'am Evs. So I guess yun na yun, and I guess wala na mga katanungan, no? I hope na nasagot natin yung mga katanungan, no? Mostly kasi yung iba parang nasagot na rin natin. And for that, I hope na para sa ating mga aspiring teachers natin, teacher applicants, na I hope na nakuha nyo yung mga necessary informations or things na kailangan nyong malaman for your application. And also, we have things to note. Ayan po, babasahin ko lang po yung mga things to note natin. Ito, kailangan nyo po itong i-note ha. Mandatory requirements must be complied on or before. Ayan, on or before the set deadline. So, ayan po. Now, ulitin ko lang po, mandatory requirements must be complied on or before the set deadline. Next one, use application codes to protect the identity of applications in compliance with the Data Privacy Act and to promote objectivity and integrity of the process. Next one, the third one, is the checklist of requirements shall be sent through email to applications whose applications were not handed personally to the HRMO or subcommittee. So I guess that would be all. So things to note. And for that, once again, I hope na lahat mga necessary informations ay nakuha ng ating mga teacher applicants. And for this moment, before I end this virtual orientation, I would like to express our thanks sa lahat ng involved dito sa ating virtual orientation ngayon, this day. That would be from Ma'am Eva to Ma'am Alili, and also to our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Raymond Salvador, and also to Ma'am Gay Abduhan, to Sir EM, or Sir Ebenezer Malilay, and to Antonio Ganov. Sir, thank you. And also, I would like to say thanks to the production team headed by our IT officer, Sir Chester Don E. Bayukot, and also Sir John Ray Flores, ayan, and also Raymart B. Akdal. And of course, your moderator for today, yours truly. And I guess that would be all. Thank you sa lahat ng mga nag-attend, sa lahat ng mga participants natin for this virtual orientation. Once again, good afternoon and have a wonderful afternoon, everyone. Thank you.